Welcome back to my channel. I'd like to introduce the Aldi workzone portable bandsaw, which is on offer in the UK, which is really good value. As you'll see, I have modified this one slightly. This retails in the UK at about £150, slightly more expensive than the one in the USA, but it's all we can seem to get in the UK for a reasonable price. As you see, it's actually just a regular portable bandsaw. It can be used this way, but I've added this small table on here to make it a vertical bandsaw, which is mounted to the plate underneath on two screws at this point here. This is very simple to make. The only thing I've done different to some people is I've strengthened up the bottom with an extra piece of steel to make this more sturdy. This and this are at 90 degrees to each other, so this is perfect for using. If you take these two bolts out, you go back to the original foot that was there, so this is very easy to take off and put on if you want to use it as a regular portable bandsaw. I've also made a vertical holder for it. This is just a simple holder which bolts over the handle on the bandsaw, and I've made a clip to go over the switch when it's on the system. It rests on here over the handle, and it hooks in here with some sponge rubber there, and then a simple attachment there. I'll quickly show you how this goes on. This was very simple to make, took me maybe 2 hours. This hooks over there, and this pushes into there, and then to keep it back is a very simple, highly expensive 4-inch nail, which goes through the system and locks that back to there. I've also added on here a no volt release, because when this is moving and you use this to switch it on, then there's no way to stop it other than trying to reach the plug to pull it out. What this does, before I plug it in, this fits over here. This is a piece of plywood made to the shape of the handle, and this hooks over the back of the handle, and you press a button down and you quickly pop it over. Then that puts the bandsaw into the on position. Now if I switch this into here, I can stop and start the bandsaw from this point up here. It makes it a lot safer to use when you're cutting steel this way. The only thing I don't like on this bandsaw, and I've seen others do it and it does worry me a little, is that when the bandsaw is moving, if this blade comes off and you've got steel here, then I think there's a concern that this blade could come and cut your fingers. To that end, I have made a guard cover which goes over the back. On this bandsaw there are 3 bolt holes in the back of the system which this quickly bolts into. These 3 bolt holes were for this attachment here, which is supplied with the bandsaw, which allows for cutting as you would be on a static metal cutting bandsaw. But I probably won't use this very often because it's more useful for my purposes in this orientation. So this unit here very quickly goes on. Go around the back of there. This unit bolts over the back of there, and on the back here you will see 3 bolt holes. 1, 2, 3 bolt holes, and this bolts over into this position. I'll quickly put that on and then show you how this works. I've got 3 small cap screws which hold it on. Very simple to put on, very simple to take off. Very quickly goes onto the machine and can be removed also very quickly. and that is the unit fitted to the machine. Now, it doesn't hinder the machine in any way, and in my opinion, although I haven't tried it yet, this could be used even when the bandsaw is off the stand. Now, to close it, this simply goes over here. There's a locking mechanism here and a screw that just goes into here. Now that has completely encased the blade in this position, and the blade can't come out from here to come down onto your hands. The bandsaw still works as it did originally. There's no change in the operation of the bandsaw, and it's very, very easy to open to change the blade. This has no effect on the mounting of the machine. The only difference on this machine to a standard machine now is the addition of one small hole in here, which has the locking mechanism bolt going into it. That is, if I took this cover off, took this off, put the original foot back on, this bandsaw is back as standard. Now if I put this on here, close it up, I could still actually use it as a portable bandsaw. So if I take the lock off here, put that back there, take the bolt out which is holding this back, take the bandsaw off its stand, I can still actually use the bandsaw as a bandsaw and still have the protection at the top. I hope you like this. This is basically for the UK market more than the American market, although this could be fitted on any bandsaw mounted in this orientation. I just wanted to make a system that looked a bit safer. I feel a lot safer in using it in this configuration, and for me, my purposes in my workshop, this is a winner every time. There is one other further addition from the thanks of my wife, and this goes under here just to collect the bits when they fall down, to save going through the dog holes on my table over here. Thank you very much for looking at my bandsaw, and it's a useful addition to the workshop, and I think it will serve me hopefully for many good years. Thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you like it. Please make a like. If you want to subscribe. Thank you very much, and goodbye.